Hey, how's it going? And today I wanted to do a tutorial on a sliding animated widget because I saw a tutorial online about this and I thought it was overly complicated. This way I think is a much simpler method, and so I wanted to share it with you. If you just imagine we're going into a game and we have a menu system, and as soon as the game starts the menu is going to slide in. We'll be able to press a button and then another menu on this side will slide in and the original menu will slide out. And then we can just keep going back and forth between the menus. And I don't have the full menu laid out. I just have one text word on each side. So it looks like this. So if I go play, you see the menu will slide in over here. And then I hit, this is a button, and I hit it. That menu goes away and another button comes from the right side. And then I hit a button again, let's say, and then it just keeps toggling back and forth. But these are two separate menu systems that toggle in and out from the side of the screen. So anyway, I'll be back in just a minute and I'll show you how I did this. Okay, I'm back and I'm ready to get started. I've done this a few times in preparation for this tutorial, and sometimes it gets a little glitchy, but hopefully I won't run into any problems, but we'll get through it even if I do. So to get started with this, the first thing we're going to do is just create a user interface widget blueprint, and I'll just call it user widget, new widget blueprint, and we'll double click and go into this. Once this is created, we're just going to go into the blueprint here, and we'll just go on event begin play here, and we'll just create our widget and get that out of the way. Create widget, and it's the new widget blueprint, and we'll just add to viewport and get that out of the way. Those formalities. Okay, so here we go. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a canvas panel and drag this onto the scene, and I'm going to scroll out here and I'm going to go to 1920 by 1080. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get two vertical boxes, and these vertical boxes, if you can imagine, will be the container for all the buttons and everything that I want on each side of the menu on the left and right side. So I'm just going to get a vertical box. I'm not going to build this whole menu out, but I'll just drag that onto the scene, and I'll drag, let me just do one at a time first. So I've got this right here, and if we come up here to anchors and we'll click here, you see this box, and you see where it says on the bottom hold shift to update. I'm going to click that, and you see how it drops down there to the center, but you see we have this offset, so I'm just going to set that to 0. And on the X here, I'll just leave it right there for right now. And I'll just go ahead and compile and save. So we've got that. And now with that on the side, I'm just going to go text here and drag on some text here. And I'll just call this, we'll just call this main menu. I'll make this a little bit bigger here. So where is our font? So maybe I'll make this like 50, something like that. Okay, and I'll compile and save that. And then what I can do with that all done is I'm just going to hit Control D and duplicate that. And I got another text. I'll select that one, and then what I'm going to do for its anchor is I'm going to click this, hold down Shift, and it comes over here to the side. But we have this offset, so I'll just zero that out, and then our menu is over there. Now I'm going to size these both to content. I don't know if I did that. Size those. And then on this one, on its text, I'm just going to change this to say something like settings. Okay, like that, right? All right. And then all we're going to need is a button as our toggle. And I'm not even going to put text on this. I'm just getting a button and drag it right down there in the center of the screen. We are almost done, believe it or not. We just need to do some animations and we are good to go. Now the first thing is the starting position for both of these boxes are going to be off the screen. So here on position, on this first main menu, I'm going to drag it off of the canvas panel, like right there. And I'm going to select this second one, and I'm going to drag it off of the canvas panel too. So they're both off of the canvas panel, right? And I'll hit compile and save. And let's see if what we see, we shouldn't see anything, right? Except for the button. Okay, so far so good. So all we need to do now is just do our animations. And this is actually pretty straightforward, but there is a little trick to it, and I'll show you what it is. So here on the vertical box, I'll come down here to animations, and I'm going to dock this in layout. Then I'm going to click on animation, and I'm just going to call this main menu, right like that. Select it, click here and add, and here's the trick. We don't get the vertical box, we get the vertical box in the canvas panel slot here. And then here, you may not have seen this before, we're going to click that plus sign, and we're going to get the layout data alignment right there. We're going to select that one. And you'll notice there's already a keyframe here. Yeah, there's already a keyframe here. So all we're going to do is drag this out to like 1 second. I believe there's a keyframe there already. I'll click just in case, just to make sure. But we'll drag this to like 1 second. And then on the X, all we're going to do is just pull that in to wherever we want it. Like let's say right there. Right? And then if I go to the back to the beginning and I hit play, there's our animation right there. Okay, fantastic. And then I'm going to just compile and save that. This one, we're going to select on this vertical box too. I'm going to add an animation, and we're going to call this settings. Oops, settings. Click here, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to add vertical box. Come down here to layout data alignment right there. Drag this out to about the 1 second mark. Open this up. Come down here on the X and pull it back that way. And I might have it come in a little bit further. All these need to be dialed in, but I'm not going to do this. But if I hit play, there's our animation there. But the default is they're both off screen. Now I'm just going to go compile and save. And let me go into play, and we shouldn't see anything. And good. So now all we need to do is just control our animation. So the first animation is when the game starts, we want the main menu to slide onto the screen. So I'm going to come into the graph here, and on event begin construct, I'm going to get the main menu here, drag it out, and I'm just going to go play animation. And I could get play animation forward or just play animation. So I'm just going to get play animation here. Now I know I'm going to need 4 more of these, so I might as well go ahead and get these right now. So I'm going to select that, and I'm going to hit Control D, Control D, Control D, and Control D, because I know I'm going to need more of them. And then I know I'm going to need this button here, so I'm going to drag it on right here, get the button. Oh, I'm sorry. Not get the button, but select the button here and go on clicked here. Okay. And then I'm just going to grab a flip-flop node. And of course, I could work these buttons a lot differently. This is just to show you the concept of what's going on. So we're just going to go ahead and wire this up here and this up here. And then we'll, on the flop, I guess, we'll wire this up here and this up here. And then what we'll do is we're going to go, now this first animation on event begin construct, let me move this down a little bit. This will just, no, that's pre-construct, I'm sorry. On construct, we'll just put that in there. And this plays forward, that's correct. Okay, so then we're going to get our animations here. We're going to get main menu here, get settings, we're going to get this one. Main menu, drag it down here. We're going to get here. And settings, we're going to drag this over here. So here, when we hit the button the first time, we are going to put this main one in here. And this is going to play in reverse and go off the screen. And this is going to actually play forward. And then this just reverses on the toggle. So we put this in here. And so this is reverse, and then we want this to go forward again, and then this one is going to be, it goes forward and we want it to go reverse. And believe it or not, that's it. So if you can just imagine though, this being built out a lot more with buttons and everything on here. So this is a full-fledged menu that's going to be coming onto this screen. But right now I just have text on there, right? Because it would take a long time to build these up. So anyway, if I hit play, we see main menu slide in. I hit the button, it goes and settings comes in. I hit the button again, settings goes and main menu goes in, and just keeps going like that. It's very simple once you get the concept of it down. So anyway, that's all I had for today. I hope you found it helpful. Take care, have a great day, and I'll talk to you next time.